What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a 2007 mixtape by Hurricane Chris in New Orleans. Basically, this product is called Louisi-animal, and it came out in the summer of 2007. So within the full-bound type fare, Hurricane Chris is in his full-bound from New Orleans, but he's within that relative type area, pitches like that, similar to folks like Hurricane Chris is from the same similar type area to folks like Master P, Lil Boozy, Baby Boy to Prince, Mystical, some of these type of folks in particular, Juvenile, BG, Lil Wayne, even pitches like that within these sort of deals, excellent type aspects. But within the fair, Hurricane Chris only dropped 2 albums, both of which I've reviewed. So within pitches like that, that narrows it down to the only thing left really full bound being by Hurricane Chris is just mixtapes as far as these fairs going to happen. Now within the pitch, he dropped a good several of these, but I wanted to get to some of those type ones that were with it. I wanted to get to some of these type ones that were within his prime era as far as these pitches happened back when he had the Midas touch pretty hella good within those pitches as far as the 4 months going to happen. So this particular fair came out, Louisi-animal came out a few months before 5150 Ratchet within these appeals as far as these pitches going to happen. There was also another kind of minor type, there was another kind of buzz type mixtape that later became an independent album similar to Soulja Boy around that time in 2007, which was You Hear Me, which released as an album in the fall of 2007, but it caught some label attention in early 2007 to get him the album to be able to put out 5150 Ratchet. So it's excellent type ordeals. Just within these pitches, one of the main songs that Hurricane Chris is still known for nowadays is just A Baby. As far as this pitch album, that was a huge hit throughout most of the course of 2007. He did have a couple other hits throughout 2007 off of that hit album 5150 Ratchet, one of which was the Hand Clap, another of which was Play As Rock as far as this fair is going to happen. Now within the particular fair, he did drop a second album as well, which has some good bops on there, like Holly Berry, pitches like that. I need to get around to purchasing 5150 Ratchet, but I have purchased Unleashed, pitches like that. Some good gems on there. Both those albums I gave pretty high scores in the pitch. Back when I reviewed 5150 Ratchet in the fall of 2024, I think I gave that a 10 out of 10. So it's pitched like that. That was a real sleepy, drowsy type album. Had some hot box songs in there. Pitched like that. It was just a good swirl of fun, like a ringtone type sense. So definitely sort of vibes within those pitches, within like the ferocity of it. Good pitches like that. Same thing is to be said about Unleashed, the second album. So more or less, I would say Louisi-animal seems like to be in like the top 5 or so of like his most notable type projects in terms of like the most casual notoriety. Now I can't full bound confirm that within pitches, but I'd say probably within the aspect of this. For the most part, seemingly he didn't drop any other products in 2007 or really 2008 either, so it's kind of pitched for us in some of these type projects apart from You Hear Me, which was an independent album, so it's just pitched like that. But I look after it. Now, particularly this album does pretty good fare. There's some ones on here. There's 19 songs in this mixtape, minus 4 skits on here, narrows it down to 15. Out of those 15, I recommend basically 14 out of 15. The only song I'm not going to talk about within the pitch, as far as like the formats, is something I didn't recommend on here. It's just the A Baby remix, which is on this particular mixtape is 8 minutes long. It's kind of the pitch. I do like the original A Baby. It's a pretty nice one. It kind of, I feel like the flack behind that song kind of has like its notoriety about it, just with the flack that ringtone rap kind of gets. But it's a pretty excellent type song within those pitches. Nice summer bop pitches like that. Just a hood hop type song, kind of post up and just hollow pitches like that. But I just look after it as far as being able to say and shit like that. As far as these pitches happens, just the excellent type of ordeal within the pitch of like. Remix was just a little bit too lengthy, pitch like that. If it had been narrowed a little bit or just had like a new production, some of those type fairs just when the pitch would have been a little bit better, but just didn't. So yeah, there's a good assortment of these on here. So to talk about some of these type ones, basically out of the remaining 14 songs on here, there's really only 5 songs within these pitches. Now the remaining 14 songs minus A Baby remix, there's only 4 of these or 5. Yeah, something is wrong within these issues as far as like the numbers that I'm getting. I'm going to rephrase that as far as these pitch albums. So there's 19 songs on this particular project, but minus 4 skits narrows it down to 15 out of the. Alright, I figure out what was wrong. So it's not actually out of 4 skits. There are 3 skits, which narrows it down to 16 songs. The only other song I don't recommend is just the A Baby remix, which narrows it down to 15. Out of the remaining 15 songs, 5 of which are repeat songs. So the song Bang is particularly on 5150 Ratchet, so I'm not going to talk about that one again. It's excellent type pitches. Definitely worth purchasing 5150 Ratchet. It does have some hit gems on there. It's kind of a very esoteric and just kind of uncommon type album within nowadays type fashion. It's very forgotten about, just off the way, so I definitely worth the appeal. Easy gonna pick up pitches like that. But some of these type ones, Hurricane Chris raps to White Girl by Jeezy and USDA, good pitches like that. He raps to What's Happening by Juvenile off his 2006 album with Give Me 50, which is kind of an early rendition of Drop and Give Me 50 by Mike Jones, good pitches like that. Out My Mind, which is by Pills by Gucci Mane, or I Might Be, some of those type of ordeals, and Who You Fucking With, which is by Audio. Who You Fucking With, which is Audios off the Trill ENT album from 2007. So good pitches like that, some of those type of ordeals. Now all of those are excellent type of ordeals, so this further bolsters it, just exciting type songs, good pitches like that. So the two songs I'm going to talk about on here that are kind of within there's a few extra songs out of the remaining 10 songs on here that I've heard before within these pitches, but I can't confirm it as full bound because I don't remember as full bound these particular ones. But I want to say that, like, I'm the Shit, it's a particular Lil Flip song as far as these first have. I forget which one. I think it was off his 2007. It's not I'm a Ball of Flip My Chips, but it's one of those type ones. I'm a G, something like that. I don't remember his full bound, but it definitely feels like a Lil Flip song. Just can't remember. It's a relative kind of Lil Flip song, so it's like this. I'm the Shit's like a hell hot kind of buzz single to get, and jive pops as far as these first have. Just flames bounce, some of these type aspects. Divas kind of popping it within these pitches. What I mean by that, just good type tune for some of that basic type jump pitch like that. Just standard kind of vanilla type romp pitch, standard kind of vanilla type bump pitches like that. I'd say just a What It Do type song. Who I'm Is, some of these type first, but the aspect for us, what songs have just have Dolja in the air pitches like that. So this kind of pitch for us saying this particular product about it. Good type fair, just good type tune, just. Hurricane Chris turns into like a buzz song of his own within these pitches, excellent type flair. Let My Shirt Go's real excellent type one. Now this feels like a Lil Jon song. I forget which particular one. I can't remember his full bound. Originally I thought it was Crime Mob, Lil Scrappy, one of those type folks. Lil Jon in like 2002 or 2004 or something like that. It might have been Trillville. I can't think his full bound. Might have been 3-6 Mafia from 2003 or 2005. I just can't remember the full bound. Both of these type ones, I'm the Shit and Let My Shirt Go, are just within pitches. I just can't remember the actual aspect, but it is a pretty red hot type beat. It definitely feels like something Lil Jon would have tore up with back in his prime era in like the mid and late 2000s. Pitches like that. It's like a familiar kind of Lil Jon initial kind of crunk type New Orleans Bay kind of shreds as far as these pitches. I'm just at. That My Shirt Goes like a familiar kind of Lil Jon and initial crunk to get within these aspects here. Just the NO Bay, New Orleans Bay kind of shreds pitch like that. Shreds this song apart. Just hurricane kind of shriek as far as these first goes. So this is the pitch. So the aspects as far as those first just good translate. Hurricane and the folks translate pretty well to this song within these pitches. Just excellent type fair, just getting towards the product. Just further type fear is the same sort of aspect within that particular bite of this, like the shrill typeness that's normally known for Lil Jon and some of those type folks. I will say this is an original song. It's definitely a keeper within these pitches because this banging. It really feels like something that Lil Jon would be like, get on my level, ho, something like that. One of those type pitches like that. Yeah, but talk about these other 8 songs on here pitched like that. So some of these type ones, 8 songs I'm going to talk about with the original type format, more full bound, would be Pass Me Some Water, Ho, Fuck You Mean, Hurt Something, Riding, Watch Me Do This, Baby 3, Talking Hard, and Rick James. Some of these type ones like Rick James, like a glitzy and thorough kind of get along to get within these products here. Just quick errands, I'd say. Have some Slim Jim and Whoppers from Burger King nearby. Some of these have pitches, good, excellent aspects like that. Just kind of careless thrills as far as these pitches kind of go. Just basic trafficking amongst the day as far as these pitches go. Just kind of in a more quick pace type fair within the pitch. Just almost glazed type factor, but just kind of the relative aspect, just blurry typeness, just within more 2000s type fashion, good pitches like that. Basic kind of weekday erranding, some of these type pitches within tone, just the aspect of not really much on your mind pitch like that, just a buzz long within these pitches as far as the foremost gonna have and get some shit done within these fairs, just miss the product, just good quick neighborhood traffic pitches like that. Ho is a nice one within these aspects on this Ho is a nice one within these aspects, as well as like a slog typical kind of brush along, I say, within the products here. Just relative kind of drudgy days, some of those type of aspects within it. Just need like Cornnuts, sunflower seeds, some of these type fairs would say pitch like that. Some good porch type music within these fairs. So just basic kind of hood hop type, hollow type music within tone, as far as just like the aspect of just some kickback. Songs like Ho is just basic kind of porch type music, chiggers out and around, pitch like that, some type tones within pitch, it is good front yard type aspects, burritos everywhere, pitch like that, Cornnuts, some type tones within pitch, it is particular type product, it just standard kickback, just an aspect of just like hot summer kind of lounging pitch like that, just an aspect of a more Lil Jon type sense. Most of this album has particular kind of ringtone and crunk type flavors, so it's kind of the pitch, not quite as lazy as full bound as like Juvenile and Soulja Slim, some type ones with the pitch, but just kind of the variety, just like that particular spice of just like, hey, you know, might have to get loud like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes later within these pitches as far as the performance can happen. There might be some fairs for like a movie like Pulp Fiction. There might be some fairs for movies like Pulp Fiction, Stargate, Speed might be on within those fairs, but it's just kind of excellent conduct as far as saying just basic porch type noise, just a kickback to just unwind within the fair, just like kind of half unwind but kind of half prompted as far as these pitch ham sex and type ordeals. Riding's a real nice one on here. It's like a highlight kind of 2000s New Orleans kind of club sparkle to get. Just hella BG kind of floss out pitches like that. And by BG, I mean BG the rapper. Some of those ones he'd kind of do within those pitches. Just hella make them say type snarl pitches like that. Just some good type pitches. Just vibes. Yeah, good floss out vibes, like I was saying. Go ham definitely within the fair. Just some parking lot type throws as far as these pitch gonna happen. This is kind of the pitch. Reminds of like stuff that 36 Mafia would have done in like the early 2000s with like particularly the When the Smoke Clears type days and early Project Pack, like also like early Project Pat, like Getty Green and laying the smackdown snows type pitches on the products. Excellent type fairs, just that traditional kind of burrow kind of thump pitches like that. Say good products. Fuck You Mean's a real hit type one off this album as well as like a woozy and banging kind of throwback, little boozy style kind of sets up pitches like that. Fuck You Mean's a real nice one off this album as well. Pitches like that. It's like a woozy and banging kind of throwback, little boozy style type tune to get within these pitches here. Just sets up where are you from, some of these type aspects. Good song to have like streetlight kind of burrito. It's a good nice song to have like streetlight and curb kind of burritos. Pitches like that within some of these type ordeals. Just miss the aspect. Just nearby kind of talk about some of these type pitches. Just post up, sitting on the curb. Some of these type aspects. Just basic kind of chigger type noise. Other aspects like that. It's kind of the buzz of like the streetlights. Some of these type appeals. Just like neighborhood thriving. Just kind of like a New Orleans type aspect of the way Nelly would kind of do with country grammar. Some of these type aspects. But definitely some real excellent, familiar kind of neighborhood noise pitches like that, just with an aspect like good romps. This definitely reminds a little boozy, kind of a mixtape variation like Masterpiece. Some of the stuff folks on pitch as far as those formats going to happen. Other type players within pitches like that, Baby Boy, The Prince, Lil Wayne on like the particular right days, pitches like that, some stuff ordeals. This, yeah, in a lot of senses, I would say that Hurricane Chris is like a more ground level type, just a real ground level type Lil Wayne, and a more grounder level type Lil Boozy pitches like that. It's just kind of the product. Kind of when you think of like Atlanta kind of hip hop going from like DJ Unk to Dem Franchise Boys and Young Jocks and those type folks to higher ups like particular Jeezy and obviously T.I. Obviously Jeezy, obviously T.I. Some of those type folks. Then pitches like that, Gucci Mane, some of those type folks. It's kind of pitch, but not to say that Hurricane Chris wasn't high up. It's just kind of pitch. He just has more aspects of more routine kind of weaving throughout the neighborhoods and just hood jaunts, pitch like that, excellent type ordeals. Baby 3 Talking Heart's real nice one on here. It's like a dope tittering kind of New Orleans style, NO style trapper die. I'd say pitches like that, just a trapper die type style, just an NO kind of trapper die type salvage pitches like that. Just some of those type flares, very much reminiscent of what Jeezy was kind of doing in 2005. Pitches like that, sunset where it does this real kind of real type grit and grease as far as those aspects can happen. Just a slimy kind of city surf, I'd say here. Some of these type aspects, just grab like Fritos pitch like that and standard supply as far as those pitch kind of go. Good tight snarl and overall just surf runs within pitch like that, just in a good mixtape type flavor pitch like that as far as those pitches can happen with Baby 3 Talking Hard, excellent type pitches. Just late shift kind of romps pitch like that, just like the gliss, like the hero and the bustle about that song pitches like that. To say Pass Me Some Water's real excellent type one. It's a good standout off this particular project, I'd say here. Pass Me Some Water is a good standout off this particular project, I'd say here. It's like an excellent kind of, the song Pass Me Some Water is a good standout on here as far as these pitches kind of happen. It's like an excellent kind of traditional kind of ringtone era club bounce. Pass Me Some Water is like an excellent kind of traditional kind of ringtone era club bounce to get within these products here. Just to bop around some of the stuff first within the pitch bond. Just hella tokes pitches like that. So it's kind of ordeal as far as saying just throw your weight around, since that pitch, just the aspect of appreciating like the times, just out and around pitch like that, standard kind of club noise pitch like that, just a real excellent flair. It's good to get some of these type pitches within the aspect. Sometimes these particular songs are more safe like the albums. Usually this particular type flair would be like a distant, this is like a more sedate kind of club type format of like something that would typically be thrown in like an album cut type format pitch like that, something that probably should have been on 5150 Ratchet, but I'm glad that it wasn't within these ordeals. It's a good exclusive kind of, Pass Me Some Water is a good exclusive kind of have on this product pitches like that. It's excellent type, very good song titles and these type pitches just from the product as far as saying Pass Me Some Water is a good exclusive to throw on this particular product pitch just like that. So it's kind of ordeal as far as getting towards it. Just the excellent type fair, just good. Further consistent kind of socialized type product with an aspect of just venue type buzzing pitches like that. So just some excellent type ordeals. Now maybe not as ferocious and quite as like snappy within like the radio snap of a song like A Bay Bay or the hand clap as far as these pitches go, but definitely with the pitch like the variety, just extra ones to throw in there within these pitches, just filling out the night with further Hurricane Chris, because this is pretty notable, I'd say, within pitches like that. Just the aspect as far as getting to further type ones, banging typeness, this pretty much more or less be like Hurricane Chris's Trap or Die, I'd say, within those fairs as far as the pitch can happen. This is brought to you by Don Cannon, which is excellent type pitch that he snagged him just right off the bat, pitches like that. To be honest, within those ordeals. I think the last couple songs I haven't talked about on here would be pitches like that would have to be like Watch Me Do This, like a murky and stuck as hell kind of smoke fest to get here within these projects. As Homies Connect, I'd definitely say good parking lot type song pitch like that for like some park sides also within these pitches. So just after projects, just smoking and like neighborhood, outdoor kind of neighborhood lounge type fair within the legality of it, just putting a few zigzags in the air, some of these type pitches, just the product having like good standard set of tacos, quesadillas, some of these type aspects, just with tones some KFC and wings, some of those type aspects kind of have within like the in-between, the extra aspects of, so just kind of within the festivities of it within these pitches, just more activity type fair pitches like that. Now it's not within the full-blown product as if it's like bowling and things like that within product, just consistent kind of actual things that require effort and energy, pitch like that. But it's kind of ordeal, just like some connect within routine, kind of socialized type fair, pitch like that. Just some good red cut type music within the aspect of whether or not it has the allowance of it, pitch like that, or within the product it is. Keeping it trill within the aspects for us, those pitch kind of goes a good type flare. Hurt something's kind of the aspects for us saying within these tones, like a hurt something's like a vintage kind of ringtone, kind of Dawn Cannon kind of mixtape glam to get within these products. Just Lil Boozy, Baby Print, definite Lil Boozy, Baby Boy to Prince type vibes, pitch like that. Just a good hood hop to kind of get within these products here. Feels like the New Orleans kind of Jay Quan pitches like that within Southern Step Ordeal. So just the pitch is just like basic kind of balance, just streetlight type curb type noise pitch like that. It's a good nice one that goes along with Fuck You Mean Southern Step pitch. It's just further type ones within these hit type variety. Excellent type pitch. It is good. The enjoyment of like the summer product pitches like that. The chiggers everywhere. The country and suburban air and heat as far as those the country and suburban air and heat as far as those pets. I'm just within pitch like cul-de-sac type noise and basic street light type noise pitch like that. Just within the dap of having a bunch of red cups everywhere. Bacardi, something that pitch to really get crunk to pitch like that. So this standard dap, just some good poundage pitches like that within the fair, just like the connect nearby. It's a good product to kind of get the initial kind of stirring pitch like that within those type players. So just excellence there within it. Good taste, excellence, pitches like that. So within the fair, as far as saying 10 out of 10 mixtape within these appeals, pitches like that, just be able to say the social score I'm going to go ahead and give within these aspects here. I would probably say more or less within the pitch behind it. Just the aspect, now within the fair, it does not have like an anchor touch line, but more or less back in the 2000s type fair mixtapes, apart from maybe like Jeezy and Drake and like the occasional other type ones. For the most part, it was more the product that built the buzz, just the aspect of the aspect of the secret tunes that you were kind of getting more so in the full-blown flair of any particular like single or song within those pitches, radio single or song, some stuff aspect. But I would say there are some ones, several of these really. Pass Me Some Water, Fuck You Mean, Hurt Something, Riding, Watch Me Do This, Rick James, Baby 3, Talking Hard, Host, some of these. So basically all these new songs that I talk about within it on here, plus I'm the Shit and Let My Shirt Go. Really the whole product just is banging type appeal. The freestyles are pretty excellent on here, so this does a pretty excellent type job of bolstering Hurricane Chris, real thrilling type rap with an aspect just like hood hop type noise pitch like that. So this is some neighborhood jaunts, which I don't know if I was talking about the social score just a few moments ago, but 10 out of 10 mixtape, just be able to say the social score is just kind of aspects for us saying just the neighborhood breezing, something type ordeals. You go through the gathering of like the neighborhood fair, streetlight type, front yard type aspects of house party type fair pitch like that. Some just weave alongs, picking up like some Cornnuts, something type ordeals, just getting some errands done, picking up like a DVD or two pitch like that. Just some cruise rounds in the vehicle pitch like that, grabbing like Slim Jim, Doritos, Whoppers, something type ordeals. Re-up with your homies, pitch like that, some pot runs, some of these extra type. Re-up with your homies, some pot runs, pitch like that, just chunk the deuce with pals, some of these type pitches. A few club type songs to really keep it trill, pitches like that, some of these type ordeals, excellent type noise, pitch like that, some parking lot pimping type songs, parking lot type noise, some of those type fairs is traditional like Houston, Atlanta, some of these type pitches. So just pitches like that, plenty of good socialized within the park. So excellent, 10 out of 10 within the pitch, but just minus the fact that it has like a song as large as A Baby, it's the only thing. But I'd probably say few immediate ones would be Ho, Pass Me Some Water, Fuck You Mean. Those are some real immediate type ones. Riding's a pretty good parking lot type one. So just good assortment of some of these type ones that really have the banginess. Rick James has some swagger about it. So this is good type flares. So in terms of future, like more or less, Hurricane Chris has not been as full bound around within these times. He's kind of more a product of 20 years ago, pitch like that. But it's kind of aspects for saying just the particular tone of the viciousness. So this is a pretty thorough type one. For the most part, I feel like this has slipped underneath most people's radars, especially nowadays when the pitch just considering the commonplace that 5150 Ratchet didn't really get that much acclaim in the first place. But this kind of aspect, this is probably top 3. I would definitely say it's top 5 of his more signature type products in terms of like the most notoriety, considering this was in his prime. But I'd almost say top 3 within, also following up like the ones to get after his 2 albums pitch like that, because he just didn't have that much particular kind of commonplace attention, but it's just a good nice one to bolster like the attention that he got even further. It's definitely like more or less like his Trap or Die by Jeezy pitch like that, excellent type where just it's a furious type mixtape, tons of slammers and just overall fury.